Hey guys, welcome back to Gamelander. This is a new series I'm starting called I Finally Watched. So I know there are movies that comes out from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and a lot of times I do not watch them. I don't watch them on release. When they go into theaters, I do not watch them until like months after, when they're on the streaming services that I own. Then I will watch them. So, given that fact, and I kind of want to talk about some of these movies that probably I liked or what I didn't like, I want to talk about them. So, I decided to create a new series called I Finally Watch. And today we're discussing Spider-Man. So, I finally watched Spider-Man No Way Home. And I have to say, I have watched a lot of reviews on it from, I think it's MH reviews, Midnight reviews or something like that, I don't remember. But I've watched a lot of reviews from various people, and also the drinker and all those type of people, critical drinker, and I've seen a lot of complaints about, I don't remember from who specifically, but they mentioned about why Doctor Strange kind of helped Peter Parker do the spell to erase the memory of him. But I have to say, upon watching it, and I'm finally seeing it for myself, I think it makes sense. Hear me out. Because it was very clued upon that Doctor Strange has done it before. And it kind of plays in line with his cockiness, I believe. Like the cockiness that we always see with him from the first outing as a surgeon, as everything. And even he was kind of, let's say, humbled when because he lost the function of his hands and all that kind of business, and you have to learn magic. By learning magic, get back functionality of his hands, all this kind of stuff. Even after that, he still presents a lot of cockiness within his character on a whole. So for him to help Spider-Man do a spell that he already have done in the past makes very logical sense of why he would do it, because he knew that he could have gotten away with it because he have done it before. And he knows to safeguard against anything goes wrong also, because he very much did so when something went wrong, basically. And I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man did well to play up as Peter Parker, being a kid, not knowing or thinking about clearly what the things that he want to get done, how impact or consequences of that will have until after the fact. He tried to course correct, and sometimes too much course correct can cause a worse catastrophe than what you actually intended in the first place. So, than what you're trying to prevent in the first place. So I think that was a funny thing to see in just the opening few, I think it was 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the movie. I think that was cool. And by the way, it's out on HBO Max for those of you that want to check it out. It's super cool. I've watched it and I was in tune all the way through and through, and it was fun. So yeah. Yeah, so seeing all the villains again was kind of cool, especially Green Goblin. I don't know, a lot of people are talking about, oh, they should just get rid of the mask, let William Dafoe do his thing. And surprisingly enough, they did that, and it was still very good. I literally, while I was watching the movie, I literally have to check on William Dafoe's age, because this guy was pretty effective in this movie. And it's kind of funny, sometimes you see an actor or actresses for a long time on screen, you see them for so long on screen, you think they're a lot older than they actually are, and when you actually look at the age, you're like, oh, okay. And it's just nice to see. It's kind of funny to me to see the perception you might have because you see someone so long on screen, and it's just funny. It's funny sometimes when I think about it. But overall, the portrayal of Green Goblin was really cool. I really enjoyed every moment of it. Everybody was really cool. I think Electro had a few things that kind of felt off. He was trying to be a bit more funny, and I think that was weird. But all in all, it was okay. It was okay seeing Jamie Foxx doing his thing, and I think because of Jamie Foxx's overall charisma, kind of just let me allow it a lot. It was fun. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. And who else was in it again? Oh, Lizard. Yeah. Yes, we saw the lizard again, even Sandman too. Because I think all thing I didn't like was with Sandman, they didn't really show his physical appearance. They just kept him as sand most of the movie until the very last scene. Him and Lizard too. Lizard was mostly a reptile throughout the entire movie until the very last time. And I think that was a missed opportunity for Sandman in particular. I understand why Lizard, but Sandman in particular. But it was fine. I guess it was overall fine. It was nice to hear the characters, the actual actor's voice and stuff. So it was really cool just watching it play out and everything. I think there was some very tragic moments in this movie that really gets me, and they weren't kidding when some of the reviews that I saw that mentioned that Tom Holland's acting in this movie was far superior of what I've seen him in. What I've seen him in as an actor, this portrayal and his acting in this movie was very superior than anything that I've seen him in. I've watched his Uncharted movie, and I thought his acting was very okay. It wasn't horrible, but it was just okay. But in this movie, he actually brought the A game in Spider-Man No Way Home, and I thought that was pretty good. You can feel the grief, the pain, and even at one point you can feel his rage and how much he just wanted to end. It was cool, and he almost crossed the line, and it was very good. I very much enjoyed it. I don't want to give too much away for those people. I know people that haven't really watched the Zeds, so I don't want to give too much away. But with that said, it was really cool to see everything. I don't have many complaints. I pretty much enjoyed it. There were just some dialogue that fell off with the core team, and I think overall sometimes some of the dialogue fell off throughout the movie, but for the most part it was fine. The thing with Happy and Aunt May I thought was a weird choice to focus to be very jokey about the breakup, even to even mention their relationship. It didn't add any context to the movie per se. We just establish that they break up or whatever, and that was basically it. It didn't, and it's not even a spoiler to be honest, it didn't add anything really much to the story, because I didn't care much about that. But overall there was some funny moments with Tom Holland Spider-Man and stuff. There was some funny moments and all, and I think it really works. And even at the ending was really cool when he have to give up something, and it was very sad and very cool, very sad and very kind of adult-like to see him finally just kind of be honest. I think, and this is something that came to me last time I was watching it, this is the first Spider-Man for Tom Holland, for the Tom Holland series trilogy, where he actually to solve the day, he actually had a meaningful consequence applied to him. I did not believe in the previous one there was a meaningful consequence really applied to him. Yes, he learned something from each installment, but I didn't think there was really a consequence applied to him overall. From my perspective, probably you would see things a bit differently, but I didn't think any consequence that he probably obtained in those previous ones was really meaningful enough. I think what happened in this movie was very meaningful consequences to even his good deeds, and it was very sad and very realistic to see that sometimes doing good things will still implies consequences onto you. Not because you do good things, that does not mean you'll be immune from any consequence, any bad things happening to you. And I think that was really cool just to see, and very much interesting. I very love this movie, and it was very entertaining. Nothing to say. Yeah, I don't know what else to touch on. I'm like thinking right now what else. Yeah. For all people that know, all three Spider-Man appeared in this movie, and I think the interaction was fine. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I think it was cool, but I think it felt like Tobey was bored. It didn't feel like it was into the entire scene. At times, I didn't know if that was intentional for the character, or he was just really bored, because he felt really bored. And yeah, but all in all, there was a scene between Toby and Tom Holland where they communicate with their eyes, and I thought, bloody hell, that was cool. Now that it's like, you know, there's certain things you can tell somebody with your eyes, and a lot of times in movies these days, a lot of times they tend to tell people a lot of things, even though it's obvious, and to just see these two characters communicating with their eyes in a meaningful way, that was really cool. I was like, damn, that's good acting. I know what it means. I get it. I was really having fun watching this movie, and I think if you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. It's the best Spider-Man movie for this trilogy so far. For the trilogy, the home trilogy, this is the best Spider-Man movie, period, for this trilogy. I will always have fun memory of Tobey. You cannot beat Tobey Maguire's trilogy of Spider-Man. Even if the third one was iffy, I still enjoyed the third one. I still thought there was some cool elements in it, and I would still give it credit for what it did. But all in all, let's Andrew Garfield. I almost ended without even talking about Andrew. Andrew was okay. It was cool. Andrew was cool. It wasn't anything to write home about, and there wasn't anything bad about it. He actually felt like he wanted to be there, but it didn't. Yeah, I think for Toby it was probably like it was intentional, just to make him feel a bit older. And probably just me misreading what it's supposed to be intended as. It's probably that too. But all in all, I really enjoyed it. I enjoy seeing all of them back, and I enjoy it all seeing Toby back in this nice, cool suit. I wished if they probably had mentioned some villains they probably have fought, apart from the one that we have seen. That would be really cool, but he didn't. I did wanted Toby to mention something that I probably have met, like the X-Men in his universe or something. I don't know. I just wanted something cool, but it was all of that. It was cool. It was enjoyable. I had great fun. It's amazing, and it's been cool. I'm long to see what they do with Tom Holland's Spider-Man going forward, because at the end of the movie, he was in the bloody iconic suit, and I was like, yes. It was the Spider-Man. I think this is a grown-up age rate, and I hope the next trilogy focus on his growth into adulthood. And I think this movie was the end of his childhood behavior or way of thinking of things, and I like it. I'm interested to see where they go forward with, and I hope they have a next trilogy of Spider-Man movies. I really do enjoy this, and yeah, if you haven't seen it already, go watch it. It's on HBO Max right now, and please guys, just check it out, have fun. You will not regret it. It's not a waste of time. If you dislike Marvel movies that you have seen so far and you have never watched a Spider-Man movie, go watch it, check it out, and have fun. With that said, guys, thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.